The papyrus, putting on my table every month. I don't wanna be sad. Don't even try to hide it. No, I don't wanna lose it. And you see how it is, it's so inviting. The papyrus, we're all so alive. The papyrus.
Hello and welcome to the Papyrus TV News Update. First, the headlines. Gunmen attack Senator Natasha Akpoti Uduaghan'S family house in Kogi. Presidency defends National Census Committee amid backlash. Tinubu fully in charge despite Europe trip. Presidency insists as pressure mounts over insecurity. Chidinma Ojukwu denies killing Super TV CEO Usifo Ataga. Jigawa governor launches scholarship for indigent undergraduates. House of Reps vows to probe billions in bailout and intervention funds since 2015. Governor Sule holds strategic retreat to strengthen Nasarawa public service. The details. Senator Natasha Akpoti Uduaghan has revealed that unknown gunmen launched an attack on her family residence in Ihima, Okehi local government area of Kogi State on Tuesday, April 15, 2025. In a statement released in Abuja 2 days later, the senator disclosed that the gunmen had targeted the residence under the mistaken belief that she was present during a visit to her constituency. According to Israel Arogbonlo, who signed the statement on behalf of the senator's media office, the attackers were confronted and driven away by operatives of the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, NSCDC, with support from vigilante members of the community. No casualties were reported in the incident, which has since been lodged with the area command of the Nigeria Police Force. Senator Natasha explained that her younger brother had accompanied some contractors to the town for an inspection tour of sites designated for development projects she had attracted to the district. It was this visit that reportedly triggered the attack, as the assailants presumed she had come along. Expressing gratitude that the situation did not escalate into tragedy, Senator Natasha decried the use of violence as a means of political intimidation. Her media office called on Nigerians to remain calm while urging the security agencies to investigate the incident thoroughly. The senator, who is currently serving under suspension, has been vocal on several governance and development issues in her state and the country at large, prompting concerns that the attack may have had political undertones. Continuing, the presidency has come out strongly in defense of the recently constituted Presidential Committee on the proposed National Population Census, dismissing public criticism over its composition as uninformed and baseless. Special Assistant to the President on social media, Segun Dada, responded to the backlash on Thursday, April 17th, asserting that all members were appointed based on the critical roles they play in ensuring the census's success. According to Dada, the committee, chaired by Minister of Budget and National Planning, Senator Atiku Bagudu, was formed with input from relevant ministries and agencies whose functions directly impact the logistics, funding, communication, and data management required for a successful census. He further noted that the secretary of the committee is Malam Nasir Isa Kwara, chairman of the National Population Commission, while other members include the Minister of Information, Muhammad Idris, NIMC DG, Abise Odushote, Finance Minister, Wale Edun, FIRS Chairman, Zak Adedeji, and Presidential Principal Secretary, Hakeem Muri-Okunola. Dada questioned why there was any controversy over such a focused and technically competent team. He reiterated that the committee's assignment is short-term, only 3 weeks, and designed to develop a strategic implementation plan that leverages Nigeria's existing identity and data infrastructure. We are on the brink of delivering the most credible and inclusive population census in Nigeria's history, he said, urging citizens to rise above sentiments that tend to derail national progress. Meanwhile, the presidency has reiterated that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu remains firmly in charge of the country's affairs despite being away in Europe for a scheduled working visit. The statement issued by Presidential Advisor on Information and Strategy, Bayo Ononuga, sought to allay growing public anxiety over Tinubu's absence, especially amid escalating insecurity across several regions of the country. Ononuga clarified that the president, who traveled to France and then London, has maintained daily contact with key officials and has been issuing directives on critical national matters, including recent security developments. He added that the president is expected to return to Abuja shortly after the Easter holidays. However, the assurance from the presidency has not silenced critics, especially civil society organizations that argue Tinubu's absence reflects poor leadership judgment. Groups such as Transparency International (TI), Civil Society Legislative Advocacy Center (CISLAC), and the Transition Monitoring Group (TMG) have called for his immediate return, pointing to worsening violence in Plateau, Benue, Zamfara, Borno, and other flashpoints. Awal Musa Rafsanjani, leader of CISLAC, criticized the president's extended stay, questioning both the timing and the purpose of the trip. He said Nigeria is in dire need of leadership amid crises including banditry, killings, communal clashes, and political instability in Rivers and Kano. Rafsanjani also took aim at the frequency of Tinubu's travels, saying the public deserves transparency on whether these trips are productive or simply extravagant excursions at taxpayers' expense. In a dramatic session at the Lagos State High Court on Thursday, April 17th, Chidinma Ojukwu, the prime suspect in the 2021 murder of Super TV CEO Usifo Ataga, told Justice Yetunde Adesanya that she did not kill the businessman and was not present in the apartment at the time of his death. Chidinma, a former 300-level mass communication student at the University of Lagos, is facing an 8-count charge alongside one Adebayo Quadri, while her sister is also standing trial for receiving stolen property, namely Ataga's phone. Taking the witness stand in her own defense, Chidinma recounted a timeline of events beginning from her romantic relationship with Ataga, which she said began in November 2020. She claimed Ataga was a generous man who supported her education and business. On the night of June 13, 2021, she said they met at a short-let apartment in Lekki after he invited her for a pre-birthday getaway. Chidinma testified that Ataga had given her money to buy drugs and food, and that she left the apartment on June 15 to make purchases. Upon her return, she said she found him dead in a pool of blood with no sign of life. Panicking, she cleaned up, changed clothes, packed some items including Ataga's documents and bank statements, and left the apartment in a cab. The prosecution maintains that Chidinma stabbed Ataga multiple times after a dispute. However, her testimony is the latest twist in a long, high-profile case that has captivated public attention. The trial has been adjourned to April 28, 2025 for continuation. Moving on, Governor Umar Namadi of Jigawa State has flagged off a special scholarship scheme targeting underprivileged students pursuing high-cost academic programs. The initiative, under the Damodi Students Care banner, was unveiled at a formal ceremony last week and is intended to complement the state's annual scholarship program. Governor Namadi revealed that the state had already increased its general scholarship allowance by 150% in 2024 to better support tertiary students. He emphasized his administration's dedication to education as a cornerstone for long-term development. Special Advisor on Student Affairs, Comrade Salihu Mohammed Sika, added that the new scheme specifically supports students studying medicine, engineering, health sciences, agriculture, and select courses in arts and social sciences. Women from rural areas enrolled under the Women for Health program are also prioritized. The scholarship will cover beneficiaries from admission through graduation, subject to satisfactory annual academic performance. Sika noted that over 1,000 students received admission support through the Modi platform for the 2024-2025 academic year, and 400 have qualified for the new scholarship. Furthermore, the House of Representatives has set up a special committee to probe the allocation and use of takeoff grants, bailout funds, and other special financial interventions given to federal institutions, agencies, and government-owned enterprises since 2015. Speaker Abbas Tajuddin, who inaugurated the committee, emphasized the need for transparency and accountability in public fund management. He said the probe was necessary given Nigeria's limited resources and the perception that many of the funds had either been misused or lacked proper accounting. Tajuddin explained that the committee will assess whether these interventions, meant to stabilize strategic institutions, have achieved their intended objectives. Where there is evidence of mismanagement or waste, sanctions would be recommended. He called the investigation a step toward restoring faith in governance and ensuring that public funds are applied toward national development rather than lost to corruption. Conclusively, the Nasarawa state government under Governor Abdullahi Sule recently organized a 3-day retreat aimed at sharpening the skills of political appointees and fostering closer collaboration with civil servants. Held in partnership with the Administrative Staff College of Nigeria, ASCON, the event focused on improving synergy between policymakers and government functionaries to drive the administration's transformation agenda. The retreat, themed Transforming Nasarawa State Through Synergy and Collaborative Leadership, drew top facilitators, including ASCON Director General Mrs. Cecilia Gaya. Governor Sule, while declaring the retreat open, emphasized that the exercise was designed to align political appointees with the state's development goals, particularly through the lens of the Nasarawa Economic Development Strategy, NEDS. Key topics included team building, the challenges of political transitions, and the role of bureaucrats in policy implementation. The governor called for transparency, accountability, and efficient resource use in all government activities. Secretary to the state government, Labaran Magaji, praised the retreat as a milestone in capacity building, while Mrs. Gaya described it as a valuable platform for dialogue and introspection on governance challenges. Former Bauchi Governor Mohammed Abubakar lauded Sule's leadership, noting that hosting such a retreat late in the second term defied the norm in Nigerian politics, where many governors begin to disengage. He called the initiative significant and commendable. Participants agreed that the retreat broadened their understanding of governance and strengthened the foundation for better coordination and policy execution across Nasarawa's public institutions.
The papyrus, put it on my table every month. I don't want